because I couldn't figure it out. In order to like view chat, I had to copy a link, put it in the browser so that I could talk on chat. Like, YouTube definitely doesn't seem to be making things easy. So Fireteam is still on the deck here. I basically left it kind of as is. I took like the 2 hours to try to find the differential that I needed to square this away. Originally, what I was going to do, is I was going to use my diff from. This camera's way up. I was going to use the diff from my Monster Mojave conversion. And that should have been fine. For some weird reason, I can't seem to find my my EXB diff, which the pin from that probably would have worked. I don't know. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. But I did, if you saw the little thumbnail, I did have luck in finding an older diff that I had. I think this one may have been, yeah, this one is actually the original, I think the original differential that came in the, no, it's not. What the heck diff is this? I don't even know what I'm talking. I don't even know what this diff is from now. I was just going to say this is the original diff that came in the EXB, but it's not. I don't know where this diff came from. But whatever. Oh, wait a minute. Does my Mojave have EXB diffs? You know what's funny is I opened up the box, but I didn't really inspect the diffs. I was like, okay, those are the diffs for the Mojave. Eventually, I'll put that thing back together. So anyways, but just still kind of setting up here. I did a screenshot. Somebody had made a comment. And well, I was going to say, like, if at any time you have a question, right? Cleaning the lens. If any time you have like a question on a video, keep in mind that, and I don't know how it works exactly, but for me, when I get a notification that somebody made a comment, sometimes somebody's asking a question, right? Well, they'll point blank just ask a question. What fluid is that? Okay. Now, keep in mind, this is the part that's nutty. That is the only thing that I get to see. I don't get to see what video it's asking about. I don't get to see where in the video you're asking the question. All I get is, what fluid is that? It's like, I don't know, guy. Could be Michelob, could be coffee. I don't know. It's just funny because I think YouTube's got to figure out how to make it easier for individuals, people. Got to make it easier for people to respond because there's so many times I don't have an answer. I can just give it a thumbs up and say, yeah, I read it. Because there's nothing that tells me until I do major research into figuring out what they're asking. And even then, though, you get to look at this tiny little thumbnail that's about that big, and I've got to try to determine what video is that. And then here's the other crazy part. After you've clicked a comment, the comment turns gray, right? Makes it even worse. So you definitely can't see what video they're asking questions about. So if anybody at any time has a question, if you could make it a little bit easier and maybe kind of give a backstory about what you're asking, because when you ask what fluid is that, it's like, no idea, guy. I wish I could tell you, but I have no idea what you're talking about. So anyways, like I said, I'm still kind of setting up here. Let's see. How do I do this again? Boom. Hit X off. Fireteam. So this is really no big deal. I'm not coming across issues really with this RC. Did I break a pin? Yeah. Do I think it was some type of a manufacturing defect? Yeah, I definitely do, because I do have to say that, and I'm only basing it upon other vehicles that I've had that are Arrmas that have taken a way worse abuse than this thing has ever seen. This thing, in my mind, has seen zero abuse, considering what other vehicles I have had that, that haven't broken pins. This is my first, I think it's my first. This is my first broken pin in a diff like this. It's just 3 pieces. It's pretty crazy. I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting that though. When I pulled it apart, I definitely missed the mark on that, because I did it with the front differential. I, obviously grabbed the cups and I kind of gave it a twist, and I noticed that it was like indexing. So, and it seems as though after the fluid change, it seems as though everything kind of squared itself away. So I'm not sure exactly what was going on there, other than maybe there was contamination in the fluid. So what am I running for fluid in the front differential right now? I'm running 14.7K. If you haven't seen 14.7K, you got to go watch that live. 14.7K is what that is. That's what the mathematical computation comes out to be. It ain't no 10K, it ain't 30K, and it ain't 50. It's a conglomeration of 14.7. But anyways, and believe it or not, because I did that to the front differential, because I put 14.7K in it, I'm going to do the same exact thing to the rear, because I do like the way the RC is, I do like the way the RC is hooking up. I do like, for this particular vehicle, for it to maintain that ground contact, because there's one other place that I want to take this, and that's to the beach. And well, it's actually 2 places, but it's at the beach. So when the thing is at the beach, I'm going to try to obviously maintain ground contact, and that's going to be, with allowing these differentials to kind of do what they're doing. And I thought about something too. Initially, and I may have made a mistake. I'm pretty sure actually I made a mistake, didn't I? When I had, I'll have to just pop it for a second. And remember too, for me, I don't commit a lot of things to memory. There's no point. There's no room left in here. Okay, there's too much other stuff already in there. And if I add more into it that I've got to remember, other stuff is like falling out. Okay, so I want to keep what's already in my head, and I want to kind of keep it there. So when I work on a car, yes, sometimes it is as if it's a brand new experience. And there'll be people that will ask questions, and every once in a while, maybe I'll have like an answer like that. Sometimes it may take a little bit, but taking, something like this apart, when I talked about the center diff, I had for some reason said that, oh, I'm going to have to break free those screws. And I'm like, after it came out of my mouth, in my head, I'm like, why am I going to have to? Why do I have to do that? You don't. You don't have to do that. And I don't know why in my mind I was thinking I've got to take the motor mount screws out. Like, why? That is with maybe other RCs, in order to get someplace, you do have to take the motor mount out, but not with this. So I don't know what, like, again, like I said, the information kind of like went to my forehead and it just bounced off. It didn't go inside. But later it was just like, right, why would I ever have to take the motor mount off? It takes a couple of minutes sometimes. So, all right. And for anybody that called me out on that, boom, you got it. So, and that's good. That means if you did call me out, which guess what? No one did. So that means nobody was paying attention. I see how you guys are here. You're just here for yourselves, huh? All right. So I did find a new pin. I'm gonna go just jump it in the comments real quick and then move on. So tomorrow, I got actually a couple of things to do tomorrow. I got to work on a car, and I've got to do a appliance repair at an individual's home, a client's home. So that's going to take up basically my morning. I wanted to do a COVID and coffee, but it's definitely, unless I did it like 4 o'clock in the morning, it's not going to happen. But I may do something after the fact, because with all the rain that we got today, the whole backyard's a disaster right now. Disaster meaning every time it rains, believe it or not, it gets better. And that was the whole, like I said, that's the whole point of how that whole backyard is. The way the drainage is happening, it's happening for a specific reason. So the clay content, that nasty stuff, every time it rains, it's kind of like filtering out through that drain system. Now, I may get rid of that drain system at some point. But if you see the backyard track right now, I had to make a couple of moves because I do have to get my trailer ready for camping this year. So we're going to go camping this year. So, and yes, I am going to take my RCs with me. Damn straight. And my wife too. I'm going to take my wife with me too. No. I thought that sounded funny. But anyways, just like I said, just going to jump into the chat here. So we've got Jeremy Stewart, CK Hobby Shop, RC Mass Master. What's going on, guy? I want to know when Arrma is going to release a different interior. Yeah, you know what? You might have to look towards somebody 3D printing something, and then, why don't you talk to Tony? Isn't Tony been doing those plastic forms? Why don't you see if you can get Tony to custom make a plastic form? He does 3D printing and all that stuff now. So he might be able to make like a mold. Maybe he'll 3D print something and then clay it and then wrap it and then, all that stuff. He might be somebody that you could find an interior with. Barry King, what's going on, guy? Your hard drives. Yeah, it is, man. And I think I'm definitely not alone with that. I'm definitely not alone with that. It happens, man. There's just too much info that your brain only has just so much room. And my brain got filled a long time ago. There ain't no more room for nothing. So every day is brand new. It's like, oh, every day is brand new. It's a ride. Earl Moorhead, what's going on, guy? Robert Gitson, you brought your Slayer 3.3 back from the dead. Man, I forgot how much fun that damn thing is. Now, Robert Gibson, what made you bring your 3.3 back? Was it because of the T-Max? And if that's the case, my job is done. No, that's awesome. And I think we're all waiting for Earl to take his Jado, because I don't remember Earl actually taking the Jado someplace to run it. I mean, he takes his chainsaws. He takes his chainsaws and his little pit bikes that he's got to places. I don't remember him taking his Jado anywhere. So I think it's Earl's time. And also I realized fuel, or at least the fuel that I've bought before, has literally doubled in price. I paid $42 for a gallon of fuel. That gallon of, and I say double. I know it's a lie. Double would be 82, guy. 71 or 73 ain't 82. Close enough. Right now, that same exact gallon of fuel is $72 or $73. From 42 to 73. Wow. Now that's an increase. Now that is like, that would rip someone. I mean, like the bottles of bone spew. Yeah. Wow. Bone spew. The bottles of Bones Brew that I've got cost me $100 stinking bucks. And I only got like what did I get? 8 bottles or something like that? 6, 7. Yeah, I got 8 bottles of fuel. It's $100. And I know that it's just, it goes fast. I basically went through an entire quart of fuel tuning. Right? And I mean, yeah, wow. A whole stinking quart tuning. I think it's pretty much there. And I will keep a screwdriver with me just in case. It seems like it's there. Everybody has kind of confirmed my thoughts that it really is there. I'm doing a lot of complaining, and like a couple people had said was that obviously, you know, and I wasn't thinking this way, and I wish it wasn't that way, but I guess a full tank versus an almost empty tank, you're going to get a different like experience. So you're going to get a different idle. And I wasn't even thinking that. I was just like, man, what is wrong with this thing? So each time, and if you heard the last time that it was in the backyard track, when I had said, I think it's getting low on fuel, is because I could actually tell at that point in time. I was like, okay, I know where the fuel level is. And I think the other time when it died out on me, I had like this much fuel. And maybe what I should like think about is that when it does that, that's low voltage cut. So for LiPo or for an ESC, in order for you not to completely deplete your battery and destroy them, your ESCs have a low voltage cut. So maybe having that much fuel in the tank is technically that sign of a low voltage cut. And several times this truck, well, not this truck, but the T-Max, my original 20-year-old T-Max died at that much fuel, and it sounded different. So I think in my mind, for some reason, I kept on thinking like, it should still go. Like, I mean, I should still be able to, I've got like at least 2 more rips back and forth. But in reality, that's not the way I should have been thinking. I haven't noticed a major difference from, like, I mean, when I top the fuel off, man, the fuel is like right to the gasket at the top. So maybe I just need to retune my thinking. I'll screwdriver my head here. I'll retune my thinking and then just realize, okay, that's technically low voltage cut. Time to reel that thing in and get some more fuel in it. So that basically means this thing, not this, but the T-Max is running right now, especially at that jump spot. And I'm not going to kill it for you if you haven't seen the jump spot video with the T-Max. It did great. I did end up richening it just a little bit for a reason. And if you haven't watched the video, you'll see why. But I think it's there. The idle, though, the idle is still high. And Wally's World on YouTube, he actually sent me a care package. And in the care package, he said, and I didn't even realize he did this. So originally when we were like, you know, chatting back and forth kind of in the comments, I was just saying, yeah, I got to get the bellows for it, whatever. And I wasn't really caring. I was just like, whatever. I'll just tune this thing and I'll just I'll go through tanks of gas just to get it out of my system. And then I'll throw it up on the deck, on the shelf, and let it get, you know, another inch of dust on it. And then technically, because of Wally's World, he was like, hey, I've got an extra that I'm never going to use, I'm going to send it to you. So all I was thinking was that he was just going to send me the bellows, and I was like totally appreciative. And I was just like, wow, that is stinking awesome. When you think about it, man, he took the time to go to the post office, to package it up, the whole everything for a little bellows thing, right? Well, I still got to go to the thing to go see if it's there. But another message that he had sent, he basically sent the whole kit. So the whole like rebuild kit kind of with, I guess it's got, you know, O-rings or something with it and maybe a couple of other little things. That's insane. Now, you know, some people be like, oh, what? So what? It's like $4. It's like, that. What do you mean, so what? Somebody took from their own technical pocket and threw it at me. And granted, you know, like you said, I don't have a use for it, but it doesn't matter. The fact that, you know, it's like almost one of those things. That's what's keeping the T-Max alive, was the fact that one individual sent me a bellows. And then it didn't stop there, because it was either in that same little message or whatever. He said that he also sending other stuff in the package, like a spray gear too. And then he said, I think he said that there was a clutch bell in there, because the spur gear, if I'm remembering right, I think he said the spur gear is metal and you got to use the right thing for the right thing. That's, you know, man, and that's what this hobby is about, man. The generosity of just making helpful comments, like every comment about nitro. I'm not a nitro freak. I'm not a care less. I just want to roll on that full throttle and turn left and right and maybe hit the brake every once in a while. That's me. So the fact that my T-Max is running mint, and the fact that other people have kind of helped that by suggesting, you know, different things to do and try, and it's awesome. That's what this hobby's about. It's not supposed to be about, you know, you're an idiot, you know, why'd you turn that way? Why'd you do this first? Why'd you do that? You have to learn. And now, was it a learning process for me? Yeah, technically, if you think about it. 20 years ago, when I used to drive the stupid thing, and then before that, doing all my plans. Yeah, it took a little while for it to come back, but it came back. And, you know, with the help of some people and just saying, hey, try this, try that, I look at everything. I don't glaze over people's comments like I'm, you know, some miraculous, no more information fits. So, okay? No more information fits. All right. So anyways, I'm going to jump out of here. Oh, yeah, Wally's World is right here. Yes, I sent a rebuild kit, steel spur, and a steel bell housing. Dude, that's insane. That's the guy right there, Wally's World. See what I mean? They were kicking around in the drawer. I mean, that's stinking awesome, man. Dude, thank you for that. And you already know he's the one that won the t-shirt anyway. And that wasn't because he was sending me something. He legitimately went and like told me in a funny way, like he like reported back to that video a couple of times on what vehicles are broken, and then he started going to other videos and commenting on those, and he did the legwork, man. He definitely did the work. So he's getting the free RC Guy Garage shirt, even though somebody could steal it away from him. You got to go to that Kraton video. Nah, nobody's gonna steal it away from him. But anyways, I might do like another one later. I've got a couple of other things in mind too, but so I'm just gonna spin the camera down here and start putting this Fireteam back together. Am I joking when I said Arrma tough? Yeah, of course I am, man. Right? What's the phrase? SHI happens. It happens. So it happened to this. The pin broke. I don't think it should have. I contacted the warranty department. Moorhead Racing. I don't know, man. At least there was a phone number, but man, they were of no help. They were like, oh, sucks to be you. Just kidding. Sucks to be you. No, those are other companies that say that. All right. Steal it. Nobody's going to steal it, guy. Well, you know what I'm saying. It's just funny. Because it was supposed to go till April 1st, but that video has kind of died off. So this is the planetary setup, Spidey gears that was from whatever diff this was. I believe this actually may be my original Mojave diff, because the way these cups look, they're definitely used and abused. The other thing that I noticed too, and I don't know if this is going to be a positive or a negative, I did some kind of like matching up. Now this is the new cup, okay? It definitely has like a different feel to it, okay? Now these don't matter. They're front and rear, but they are different because when you look at, how do I show you? This section, put the flash on maybe, guy. That section right there, this part right there, is actually milled down further than the original. You can see it's only like maybe like a millimeter or 2 millimeters or whatever. And granted, this is probably worn maybe just a little bit. I don't know, but it definitely seems to me like this section right here, from here to there, is smaller on this one. See the glare? See how you can see like the line, the little line? That's the fall off. But when you look at this one, look how much bigger it is. It's not because it's worn away. At least I don't think that's what it is. And I don't know why that is. Is this any different, really? I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe if I pull... This is the pin. So once I pull this pin, maybe I can check that out. So I pop this pin, because this is the pin that I need. Oh, no. Yeah, it is the pin I need. I almost thought for some reason it wasn't going to be the right pin. So this is the diff. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Throw that sun gear on there. Perfect. What I wanted to do is I wanted to compare this one. This is the one where the gears are all chewed up right there. So I'm just going to pop this out real quick. Oh, and there is a shim there. Look at that. All right. Wow. That's not happy. Wow, that's not happy at all. That's bad. Wow. That is very angry. Holy moly. That was angry. Yeah. Well, hopefully I didn't do too much damage. What I wanted to do is I just wanted to kind of compare this one to the other one. You can see where this one has like the little mill lines, right? Now, I don't know if it's the coating. You can see how much smoother the new one is. And I was trying to see if there were physical differences. And there are. Look at even the thickness of the metal. See the ears? If I could zoom in. See the differences even on the thickness of the metal? So the metal thickness on this one, you would think that maybe it's because it's worn away. I don't think that's what the case is, man. I mean, maybe it is. No, it's definitely not. No, it's not. It's not because it's worn away. Man, my fingers look mangled. Look at the metal thickness. So you can clearly see the metal thickness of the old one. It's a thicker metal. Although this, maybe it's the taper. Could be the taper too. Not that this edge matters. The edge doesn't really matter. But I was looking at this part. Can you see it? I know I can see it. You can see the one that's on the left-hand side, this one. That groove comes way further down. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a positive or a negative. To my mind, it's almost like it's a negative, because isn't there the possibility of this splitting easier because there's less material down there? Or is this a harder material than what they used before? I have no idea. So, yeah. I don't know, man. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together here. That's what I'm thinking, though. Definitely looks like this cup is different. So, right, the taper. The taper does kind of look like... But isn't that funny, though, huh? Minute little changes. Very minute little changes. I mean, are they saving like a penny by doing that? Makes a big difference on, you know, a billion of them. All right. So where am I here? So I got to install the shim. And like I was saying that I do. Oh, wait a minute. Is that already got an edge on it? No. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop a drop of the silicone oil right in there. It's just the way I do it. Like I said, in my mind, what it does is just provides like a lubrication for that bushing that's in there. It's just what happens in my mind. So I do have that on there. Now I can go ahead and take the O-ring, throw the O-ring in there, take that other shim, stick that in there, and then take the new pin, not the 3-piece pin. We don't want the 3-piece pin, but the new pin. I'm going to go ahead and dump that in there. So lined up right on right there. Come on. There we go. Go ahead and take the new sun gear. Flip that in there. Settle it down nice. There we go. You can see I took a Q-tip and kind of just got all the junk out of there. The gears themselves, I'm literally just going to drop it in, I hope, as it came out. Still has a little bit of fuel fluid on there. Doesn't really matter. Just pop that in there like that. I'm going to put the 14.7K fluid in there so that it at least matches the front. If it's slightly thicker, that's all right. But what I had done was I was just grabbing fluids because I hate reading. So you could tell me all day what the fluid was, but I absolutely just despise reading. So what I did do is I took 50K first. It's only supposed to be 10K in here, somebody was telling me. So I took 50K. I squeezed some 50K in here. I might make this, instead of 14.7, I might make it like 15.2. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze some of this 50 in there. A little bit extra than I did before. Going to do the same thing that I did so I get a similar result. Take the 30K, layer some 30K on top of that. Got a Frankenstein diff here. So go ahead and I put some 30K on like that. And then the rest of it I put with the 10. So at least it's going to be the same. Equal usage of fluid. And then I literally just put the rest in just like that. Perfect. So this, just by knowing that I put a little extra 50K in here, I know that the rear differential is just going to be locked up just the slightest amount. Probably won't even notice 1 ounce of a difference. Let's see. So if I hold these two, that fluid should mix nice. And I might put just a little. Now, you know what? I'm leaving it. I think that's going to be fine. Because when this is spinning, it's all sloshing to the edges anyway. So it's getting right to the gears. Maybe I'll just put just a little bit more. And I'll do the I'll do just a little bit more of the 50. So instead of being 15.2, we're going to bump it up to like 17.1. A dash, a pinch, and a splash. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit more in here. Just like that. That should be mint. Just like that. Perfect. So if anybody asks you what you got for diff fluid, you can honestly say, I got like 17.3. That'll really confuse somebody. And hold these two. Yeah. I think that's kind of almost looks like it's not enough. That's about what was in there, I want to say. Do I want to put a little bit more? Man, I really put a good amount of 50 in there. With the power this thing has, it's really not going to be, I think, a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and put another little drizzle of 10 right on top of that. Right like that. Now I'm done. Oh, you're cooked all right, guy. Go ahead and flop this over. Just like that. Get my little alignment device. Line it up. And I will check just to see if these diffs, or at least this cup side of the diff thing, always gets confusing. I'm positive, or I feel very confident, that there's no stripping of this one. So I'm going to grab the driver and just kind of cradle it in my fingers here, just like this, and you'll see when the screws get down, it just automatically just spins in my hand. See, it's not tight. I let it just literally, it just gets right to, the head gets right to the base, and it spins. That one seemed like it had some fluid in it. And then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and crank it down. Like I said, I use these like they're torque sticks. So there. There. Right till it just kind of stops. And then it kind of settles. And then what I'll do is I'll just go right around the path and then see if I can get a tweak out of any of these. Not too tight. That's why I was saying these nice long drivers, These Hobao drivers, man, these things are mint because, like I said, there's a little bit of like give, and you start to like feel that, like I was saying, it's like a torque stick. It's just kind of has like that feeling to it. You know the force or the grip pressure that you're applying to the handle versus the twist strength. And you can apply that to each one of the screws. And I usually go around just a couple of times. Probably only have to go around once, but let's see what that feels like. That feels nice. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Now, this diff is going to go back in there. And I already did clean out this pocket. And I think it was a good idea. I didn't completely clean it out. Yeah. There's actually grit in here. And I felt it once already. It's the grease that's in there actually has a grit to it. Like to explain it. So it's almost like it's breaking or something got by. It's the finest, like kind of grit, weird feeling, which is probably helping wear things out. Yeah, there's grit. So I'm going to go ahead and take a Q-tip and get in there. I don't think it's the rust. But it's like the grease has like a, you know how they have that planned obsoleteness? It's almost like this grease is like a planned kind of thing. Like if you don't change it out, you're really wearing it out. Or you just basically treat it like it's a break-in fluid. Maybe that's how it should be done, man. Maybe there's something in the manual that I never read that basically says the fluid that's in there is break-in fluid. Change after your 5th battery pack. So, but there was definitely grit in there. It's definitely cleaner now. Not perfect. I could probably spray it out, but that's not me. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw my grease in there that I always put. Excuse me. I'm not telling you to use it, but it works, man. And I do put a nice healthy slathering in there. And I'll probably put even a little bit more in there. It's just the way I do it. Plenty of paper towels. Every, yeah, exactly. Orange frosting, right. It's Halloween frosting right there. Every differential that I've done this to, other than the fact that it does bleed out slightly, I feel I've had a positive effect. Now, throwing this in, there was a shim on that side. So I want to make sure I take my shim and I put it there. Because if I don't, it'll never go. So I just want to make sure you don't deform that shim when it goes in, it slides in. And that was perfect. That's mint. Now, I'm going to hold that. Here. Let you see way deep inside there. If I can do this. Can I do this? Go up. Setting it in for an ultra zoom. So there we go. I'm going to put my finger right there. And I'm going to hold the shaft. That's the play I've got. That almost seems like... It seems like a lot. But once the fluid is in there, I think it'll soften it a little bit. I don't think I need to bring that over anymore. I think that's fine. It's broken in now. All right. Yeah, if I put it in the wrong way, I'll find out real fast. No, as long as it's facing you, as long as it's facing me, as long as the diff is on the same side, front to back, do you know what I'm saying? As long as it's on this side, and as long as it's on this side, on the front, when you spin it, you're good to go. Although I didn't, what vehicle did I do that to? I did that to the Typhon, I think. I think I had taken the Typhon apart, and when I put the diffs together, I just totally... I don't know. I just wasn't paying attention. And I put the dips in wrong. That was awesome. Dude, I took it out to the backyard track, pulled that trigger, and it just dug a trench. It was awesome. Fat Tony, what's going on, guy? Fat Tony, watch out for this guy. He's from the mob, man. He's not somebody you want to mess with. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and kind of clean this up. Seems like that shim is right there, so that's fine. So I'm just going to try to put this back together. That's going to be, like I said, that's going to be a bear getting that in there, I think. Ah, there we go. Just putting it together just to keep it together. Just so I don't lose stuff. And I'm obviously going to know that this is missing its pin. So let's go like that. It's got a white mark on it to let me know that it's my used diff. So get the screws, put that thing together. Peter G, what's going on, man? Well, that screw really went in easy. Guess this diff has been opened a couple times. We gotta watch out for that sharp. Okay. And I forgot this. Check it out. I forgot to put that on. Well, that's all right. I'll put it in the bag. I'll put it in the diff bag. So this is the EXB diff bag here. This is where I've got those the little plates that gave it its anti or limited slip. So these were all the little gears for it and everything. So that's that. Yeah, I must have put the other diff in the thing there. I mean, maybe my EXB has it. I don't know. But this is what happened to the pin. My hand's mangled. This is what happened. We'll cover that up so we don't gross anybody out. You work on stuff and you mangle your body. But yeah, 3-piece pen, some new style pen. It's kind of like the old BMX cranks. 3-piece cranks. There's a 3-piece pin right here. So we're going to go ahead and throw that away. The warranty department over at Moorhead Racing, you know, they were of no help. Fat Tony, dude, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Look at that, rolling in with the super chat. All right. So now I can go ahead and I actually want to clean this because of that grit. And I will put another scoop of that sherbet in there. It's like a sherbet. Void the warranty, right? How does a pin break? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, because to be honest with you, if I had abused this truck, then I guess I could kind of understand that pin was broken, but I really didn't. I mean, no crashes. I didn't, no sends, no nothing, man. So that is kind of odd that pin broke. I mean, that thing didn't even take a jump in California. So the thing was grass driven in California. And I just pleasure drove it, I guess, here. I'm not going to say I abused that thing in any way. There's no way. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some more stuff on there. Get rid of the flash. I don't think I need it anymore. Oh, actually, the flash does make a difference, doesn't it? Well, I'll leave the flash on, I guess. So I am going to put another little scoop in there. Just a little one. Just like right there. Well, more than that. This stuff is just, it's different, man. It's cool. It's cool to the touch. Keeps your diff cool. Keeps everything lubricated and slick. And what's nice about this grease, right, is you would think that it would just get slung. Well, as soon as this thing makes a chassis slap, the grease technically falls down, slams to the bottom, while the gear is remixing everything all together. That's what I like about it. I've pulled several diffs apart to show the gears and how the mesh is and how well the gears are coated. It doesn't cause, well, it's not like I put it on some drag machine or something to test drag, but it doesn't feel in any way that it gives any extra drag to this. If anything, there's kind of like an odd slipperiness to it, if you get what I'm saying. It does bleed out because, it's a ceramic, like whatever. But that's just take a paper towel and just kind of like give it a little wipe down or something. It's not like it flows out. Doesn't just bleed all over the place, but you get the truth here. You only get the truth on this channel. It's like, whatever. All right. If you got headphones on, watch out, because I am going to drive the 4 screws in. Start with that top one. I'm not going to bury it all the way because, like I did with the front, I just want to see if any of these holes are stripped. Whoa. That was bad. So I'm going to make sure that nothing's stripped here. So I'm not going to go all the way. Just going to drive them in so I don't have to twist as much. And then the rest of it is just going to be by hand just to check and see if any of these were stripped from the factory. So let's see. Because I know I'm not the only one that has done this, where you go to screw something back together and it's like, you know that you did not 100%, you did not strip it. It was stripped from the factory. But how do you claim something like that? That one tightened up. That one tightened up nice. Well, I probably could have twisted these just a little bit more. That one's nice. And let's see if this one does. There we go. Don't tell my plan. Yeah. Shh. Secrets. That one's a little weak. I'm not going to twist on that one anymore. That one felt honestly a little weak. So between these three, all three of these had a certain good tightness to them. That one almost felt like it was ready to keep going, so I stopped. Give it one more little... Yeah, I wouldn't go any more with that one. Oh, that sucks. What's the deal with that? It's all the way. Oh, well. So this one was weak. All the other ones in the front were mint. This one's mint. That bottom one's mint. These one took the same amount of stopping pressure. That one felt like it was probably just going to keep going. So I'm going to say possibly that one was stripped. Or damaged or whatever. All right. Yeah. Arrma? All right. Now where are we? Dog bones. You obviously got a fat side and a thin side. Fat Tony side goes that side. Can I hook up my yeah, I might as well hook up my sway bar right now. Throw it right in there if I can. Throw this side in there. Should be able to tighten these up right now when it shouldn't be an issue. So I just basically let it just touch my finger. And then these you can strip out wicked easy. I have stripped out many of them by accident. Just till it touches the finger. Right there. Mint. Dog bone. Align that into there. Throw this onto there. And that is going to take these screws. These are awful small, but I guess you need a shear point somewhere. And you know what I didn't do? I need to see which hole that was in originally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for evidence of which hole that was, and I believe you can see potentially, I think it was in that one. So we'll confirm it on the other side, and you can see the witness mark. See how you can see the mark of the head? So that was right there. Man, good thing. I could check it from the other side too, but I'm going to go with that. Well, you will be glad to know, has content, has nitro, has, oh, some nitro content. Yes, absolutely. Arrma sounds better, right? Sound Mind. Sound Mind, you made a I actually screenshotted your comment. You made an awesome comment, by the way. It's probably going to be in the next video. You don't know what it was, or you probably don't remember, but it's okay. You'll see it. And that's why I was saying too, like when people make good comments too, think about it this way, is that those comments may get, you know, used for other purposes. And Sound Mind made a very good comment that just got my attention. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that in there. Put the washer on. And go ahead and put the little tiny thing there on. All right. So now, it's not that one. It's this one. Just going to use, this is a nice little wrench right here. It's not like one of those cheap Arrma ones. I don't know what that came with. It's like polished. Look at that thing. I don't know what car this came with, but this is actually a nice wrench. It's not like those crappy ones they give you. You know what I mean? This one is a nice polished wrench. Look at that. This probably says snap on somewhere or snap off. So same thing. Go ahead and throw that in there. Put that link on. Don't forget my washer. And the nylock. Well, you'll Sound Mind, you'll remember. You'll remember when you see it. I actually screenshotted it. Hopefully I can find the screenshot. And that should be it for that. And it got stuck. Yeah, there we go. Get out of there. All right, so we're good. So now I just got to put the shocks back in place. Throw the, again, it's funny. Why is it rotated that way when you feel like it should be this way? So the junk can go out. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just feel like that's how it should be. Same thing with these screws. They're not cranked in. They're just screwed down just to hold the pin in place. Same thing on this one. Oh, it's that Cali grass, man. I think that might be that Cali grass. Is that legal? Oh, man, get in trouble with that. send in Cali grass to Mass. I don't know, man. It's that funky Cali grass. All right, bury that just a little bit. That's it. Now go ahead and put the rear bumper on. Skid plate, whole rear bumper deal. The dirt that was there was probably Cali dirt too. Special. Look at all the good stuff here. Cali dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. Get this tire out of here. When I go to the beach with this thing, which is what's going to happen the next time I go out with it, is I am going to noticing this side actually doesn't seem like it's kicked as much as this side. Could be an optical illusion, but this side looks like it's kicked up higher. Why is that? Look at that. That side is definitely higher. You can actually see it on camera. Why is that side higher? It's the slightest amount, but my eye can see it. That's weird. Maybe there's like junk stuck underneath there or something. That's funky. Why is that? Huh. Makes me want to even it out. Oh, whatever. So minimal, it doesn't really matter. So we've got 5 screws underneath here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, I know the droop screws. It just does look like one of them is different. It looks like definitely this side. You can actually see it on camera. Looks like this side is higher. What does Hybrid say? My dude. Yeah, I know my dude. Gotta throw in the New York accent. I know my dude. Oh man, that thing went in. My dude. All right. So that one is mint. That one. A couple extra little cranks out of that one. Good. Visually, it looks like, yeah, that one definitely get a couple more cranks. Good enough. Don't want to crank it too much, man. It feels like all these are stripping out. Other than that real tough one right there. Gave like the feeling like it wanted to strip. So now, this is where a ball driver would come in extremely handy, because right now I'm going to be at an angle, and I kind of don't like that. That's it, man. that side, there just really wasn't much room. This side, there's more room to go straight on. Now I'm going to give that one a little bit of a tweak if I can, just to make sure. Yeah, that one's fine now. Nice and stripped. Awesome. All right, it's all back together. Ready to rip. Now, should I check the center differential? I guess I should. I did both, obviously, the front and rear. It seems only right that I go ahead and go after the center as well. And like I was saying, I made an error in what I was saying earlier. You know, you only get the truth here. I for some reason was thinking, yeah, guy, you got to take out the whole motor mount and everything. When all I got to do is take this off, and I think the stupid brace, flop that over. I got to take the brace off, I think, just to get to those screws, or can I get it without? No, it looks like I could, well, I could flex that brace out of there, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just flop the brace. Go ahead and pull the cap here. Whoops. Gone forever. Gone forever. All right. Here's my magnet. Screw's gone forever now. Where'd that other one go? Went under the motor, didn't it? Son of a gun. Son of a... Well, let's tip it upside down and get the screws out. One. And the other one. Two. I probably actually didn't even have to undo that. Well, yeah, I did, just for the brace. So, get that. Got all that rust in there. Wow. Some rusty Jones in there. All right, so we got 1, 2. And I lost another one in there somewhere. There it is. It's right there. So get that, huh? Nice. Clean all this out here. All right, here we go. Now, I know this ain't no Cali leaf, because Cali doesn't have any leaves. I know this is a good old New England leaf right here. Cali's going to burn all their leaves this year again. All of California, I predict, is going to be on fire again. All of California. Because isn't it every year? Isn't California literally on fire every year? All right, all right, all right. What's going on there? Who said that? RC Steve, what's going on, man? What'd you miss? Nothing. You missed a fire. The fire team caught on fire guy. You missed it. Get this out of here. Let's get this stuff over here. Let's get that cleaned up since I just spilled it everywhere. Simple little cat food tin that somebody sent me. Robbie's RC sent me this. Dude, this thing is awesome. It's like I think it's one of those, they have those, it's either like a dog, like a, a mini dog food tin or a cat food tin. This thing is mint. Perfect for cleaning your diffs. And I mean, obviously if it ever punctures, you can toss it, but perfect for cleaning all your little pots. And it's just a stinking like Shiba can or can of food. I'm not a paid sponsor. George Wilson, watch the stuff. George, I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. All right. Yes, terrible forest management, right? All right, so I should probably clean this before I go ahead and do that. Get as much like sand and stuff off. Crack it open. Isn't that nice shiny, huh? Now, supposedly that's not like an EXB part. That's just like an Arrma aluminum thing. So I think I got the stuff off of there. So with this one, you can open it both ways. I'm going to go after the gear side because that's just the side, I guess, that I always go after. I don't see it necessary. So, and I'm gonna go after it, not with my driver right now. I just want to see if these are Loctited or anything, because I think Earl took his apart and his wasn't, and maybe that's a good idea. Maybe it shouldn't be. So that was fine, and that one's tight. All right, that one's tight, and now see, like I was saying, with these drivers, once you get used to certain tools, right? These have like, you can feel like the edge of stopping. That's why I like these long reach drivers, because technically this is kind of semi-twisting. So one of these broke free, which was, I think, this one. No, it's not that one. Not that one. Not that. Oh, God, it should be a last one. It is. So this one actually did break free, but these three did not. So I am going to touch it with some heat. And I almost feel like I'm supposed to touch the heat there, though. I'm going to try it at the head first just to see what happens. So I'm going to go after, because I know that one, it's technically got a mark on it. Look at that. So I'm going to go after this one first, just to see. Woo! Boy, did that get hot fast. Holy crap. It'll probably cool down too quick. Yeah, there we go. So that one's done. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of protect my fingers just a little bit. So this is the next one. Nope, didn't want to let go. That one does not want to let go. So I'm going to go ahead and go after. I'm going to go after this part because that doesn't want to let go. So I'm going to go ahead and go after right there. See if that does it. And that did it. Oh, no, it didn't. You son of a gun. Did you just strip? Ooh, you piss me off if you just stripped. Oh, it did. I think it broke free and then stripped. You son of a gun. Oh, boy, doesn't that piss you off. Broke free and then stripped. Son of a gun, man. Maybe I should have gone after the other side. Man, now openness is kind of making me mad. Ooh, god damn it. That thing. Now, see, that one's mint. God damn it. Ah. All right. I'm going to give that one. I'm going to give that one another tweak. Let's see if this driver is tighter. This driver might be a little bit tighter in there. See if I can salvage that. Woo, hot stuff. What am I doing? Give it a tweak. Is it hot? Woo, it's hot stuff. Ah, there we go. Got it. And ah, that thing is hot. Holy crap. I got it though. Oh, I got it. Man, that was close. So I'll use the other driver. This must be getting worn out. I'm gonna probably file that off. Give it another sharp edge. Make sure all of these are done. Yep. Good. Whew, that was close. This thing is on fire right now. Look at that. This thing is on fire. I'm going to have a permanent gear imprint on my palm now. That got me good. I'm gonna have like a mark right across here. Bit me nice, man. Can feel it. Look at dot, 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 dot. Son of a gun. All right. Still hot. It's cooling off, but man, that thing is hot. Whole thing is hot. Boy, is that heat transfer. Holy smokes. Whole thing is cooking. It's cooking. All right. Yeah, man, that thing is hot. Holy crap. The whole damn thing is on fire. Wonder why. All right. Let's see what we're looking at here. Wow. Thing is on fire. Holy crap. I think once you burn your fingers, the rest of it gets sensitive too. So let's see what this bad boy's looking like. Oh, mud. Oh, that's mud in there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and change out that fluid. That's mud. That is some liquid bearing. That's some dark. That is some dark liquid bearing right there. Or liquid gear. Man. I'm going to go ahead and cool this off. Actually, you know what? Whiskey Tango. I'll show you a comment because I know what you're getting at. Only, you know, how you said wears gloves. Well, to be honest with you, I have actually learned from my wife that wearing gloves is actually a very beneficial thing. And she showed me the reason why. She's in the medical field, and one of the things that she deals with is medical patches. And I never realized, you know, because obviously, you know, when you're a kid, you don't think of things. So when you're washing, you know, car parts and gas and all that, and here I am, I'm using the solvent. But when you're, you know, washing all your parts like in a dunk tank, you're literally just, you're putting your hands in that. Now, that stuff is literally going through your skin and into your bloodstream. So as far as, and this is the way you got to look at it. To be quite honest with you, my view right now, let's put it this way. My daughter right now, she's 22 years old. When I had her out in the garage working with me, with her hands, you best better believe she was wearing a face covering, something to stop all the crap going into her lungs, and I always had her wear gloves. So she does her own oil changes. She does her own brake jobs with a little bit of help from me, but she does her own oil changes. It's a 2004 Ford Ranger with the 4.0, so you know it leaks coolant. Yes, Earl, that is going to be fixed soon. When she's adding coolant, she's not wearing gloves, but I taught her as a father to a daughter to protect herself, because, and I think when you're younger, you don't think, there's a certain way, at least for me, there's a certain way you don't think when you're younger, because number one, you know, you're Arnold Schwarzenegger and nothing's ever going to take you down, or you're Superman or whoever you are. And none of these things can harm you. But who's to say years later, the crap that your fingers were absorbing into your body, who's to say that that stuff isn't going to be detrimental to eventually when your kids have kids? And guess what? You're going to be on a respirator in a hospital, in a nursing home, instead of enjoying time with your kids' kids. And that's how I've kind of looked at it. It's kind of like before I got married, there were a couple of things that I was doing that were stupidly like life-taking. Like, you don't think about those items. You don't think about those things until sometimes when somebody else is involved. So as far as, you know, somebody, because there's another word, people call it B-mitts, you know what I mean? Some people call it that. It's just like, if that's what you want to do, you know, I get it. I wear invisible gloves all the time, so who am I to talk? But I have been a little bit more conscious, probably not with this stuff, probably more like, you know, using a solvent tank. Another thing that I also learned, I know this is becoming some dissertation just because I, you know, saw that comment, but I learned auto body from an old timer, and he was getting into some of the new sprays, the epoxy primers, all that stuff when that stuff was starting to take off. And I was like his helper. So, and this was when an apartment that I lived in, and he had like a full body shop underneath. We had the room over. So yeah, it was loud, but I was okay with it. That was the great part, is that I also had a place to hang out and learn and whatever. He was spraying an epoxy primer, and I knocked, and I knew he was spraying, walked in, always knocked first so that he knew I was coming in, knocked, came in, and he looks at me, he goes, go put a mask on. And I said, "No, I'm good." And that was it. He said, "Okay," or "Okay," more like that. Within, I almost want to say within seconds, I almost couldn't breathe because I was inhaling the epoxy primer. Now, he did his thing. He taught me a lesson. If I stink and tell you, go put a mask on, that was his hard. That's what I mean. He was that kind of old timer. So you got to think of it that way too. You know, would you go into a building with burning chemicals? Would you wear a respirator, or would you be the hero tough guy that, you know, is going to, you know, walk in there and I'm going to save everybody's life, and then you're the one that drops and they're saving your life because you can't breathe? That's a good one, right? I don't know. Sometimes I'm that guy, sometimes I'm not. But like I say, I always tell everybody, always wear gloves. Whenever you're doing any kind of stuff like this, wear your gloves, protect yourself. If you want to be around for your kids, do it for them. Don't do it for yourself. You don't have to be the hero tough guy to your friends. Do it for your kids. And even if you're young enough right now, where you don't think you're ever going to have kids, or you're going to be dead before, whatever, there's a certain time of your life when you, and I'm at that time in my life right now, when you realize you want to be around to watch your kids grow. Like, I'm watching both my son and daughter right now. My kid just bought a house. My daughter's finishing her last year of college. Like, I mean, I want to be around for a good long time, healthy as I possibly can be. So sorry for the big dissertation. I know you probably, well, I don't know. You probably didn't mean anything by it, but whatever. I get kind of a little different now because it's the health of others. That's all that matters. Set a good example, you know? That's all. That's my dissertation for the year. That's my dissertation for the night. Check it out. See that? See what he does? Comes over. Little violator over here. Take stuff away. Yes, David Smith, absolutely. School of Life. Does it smell burnt? Smoke herb, it's better for you. Yeah, I guess. For some people, it definitely is, man. It's legal in a lot of places now, which is great. For those people that want to do that. Same with alcohol. Drink as much alcohol as you can. Like, you know, forget the 30 racks. You know, go right for the gallon of vodka and just down it. Treat it like it's a shot. See how you feel after that. Now, don't go and do it. I didn't just tell people to go do that. Just saying, guy. Come on. Been there, done that. I was the hero guy too. Tough guy, you know. You can't wear the B mitts. I can drink a 30 rack. You know what I mean? I was that guy. And I paid for it. It's all stupid. You're not a tough guy if you can drink a 30 rack. You're a tough guy if you can, let's put it this way. You're tougher if you don't. How about that? What do you mean you're tougher if you don't? Tabasco shots. Right, dude, come on. Wait a minute. There you go. Wait a minute. I think these kids have it right. These kids nowadays, come on, man. If your body is that strong, do the Tide Pod challenge ×3. Don't do it. You did not hear it here. You're a guy with only a partial liver. So I had whatever. I had a colorful past. I'm not proud of everything. It was fun, but it's also stupid though. When you think about it, if you want a lasting life, if you don't want to take other people's lives, like, you know, stupid drinking and driving, all that stuff, man, you could take someone else's life. It's horrible. All the things like you don't think of, man. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the flash on. I want to see if, you know, all of a sudden I became, good, that bearing's moving. All right. Yeah, all of a sudden I became Tony Robbins there for a second. I'm a good Tony Robbins. Yeah, when you have, like, for me, when I got married, a lot of things changed. Because then being the man that I was, because at that point I was a young man, I realized getting married that I was taking care of more than myself. And that was a big wake-up call right there. I was doing less stupid things. And then when I had kids, which I was born to be a dad. Let's put it that way. People have asked me, you know, friends and stuff or whatever, family members. I was definitely born to be a dad. I love being a dad, man. The only part that I don't like about it right now is that, you know, the kids have their own lives. So you hear from them less. But I love watching them grow and learn. It's awesome. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get these screws out of here. So these screws, so this one screw, I don't see evidence of Loctite on there, maybe. There's definitely something, some kind of schmegma on that one. There's schmegma on that one. That one, I don't see anything. That one has something. So the one screw that broke free, I think this one. I don't really see anything on that screw. So, whatever. I am going to put just a little drop of Loctite on there after I clean everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull these gears out, clean these up, get this liquid metal out of here if I can, without breaking stuff. And wow. Holy crap. What the heck? Wait a minute, what's going on here? That is a lot of liquid metal. Oh my goodness. You You know what? Boy, that's really hanging in there. Zach of all trades. For me, that happened more than anything when I had... Yes, see? We're all old. We're all old, uninteresting, boring people now because we're not out there doing the stupid that we used to. Why can't I get this out? We're all boring people now. What the heck? Why isn't that side coming out? Oh. What the hell? That was weird. So, let's get some of that out of there. I started the morning listening to Guy, and now I'm ending up listening to Guy. Yeah. Like I said, I wanted to do a COVID and coffee tomorrow, but there's no way. I don't have the time for it. Just don't have the time. Yeah. So maybe that's a good idea, is to kind of treat these like diffs. The fluid that they put in there is kind of like break-in fluid, maybe. Treat it like that. The fluid that's in there in all these RTRs is literally just break-in fluid. And depending upon how many battery packs you put through it, it's either going to break or it's going to break in. So let's see if I can pick that gear out of there. Nitro, what's going on, right? Yeah. It's always fun, Guy. My most favorite thing. Definitely not. Come on. I'm telling you right now, man, I'm going to get a whole bunch of people together on this diet that I'm on, because I'm telling you, man, I feel stinking great. I have come to the realization that being fat absolutely sucks. Finally. And it was very easy to do what I'm doing. So far, very, very positive results. I'm very, very happy. Wow, look at the wear in there. What the hell? Look at that wear in there. Is this flash still on? Yeah, it is. Focus. That's odd how that's doing that. Scraping like that. So those are spinning. Six foot, 296 here. Time. Yes, sir. Jeremy, you know what? I'm telling you, man, I am going, like I said, I'm serious about what I'm going to talk about pretty soon. I've got to just dump a few more pounds just to make sure it's not fake. Like I was saying, I was worried initially when I saw a couple pounds come off, like, you know, water weight, placebo kind of deal. Like it was, I was thinking like maybe it was just my mind, losing weight. But yeah, this is, it's no joke, man. It actually works. I'm pumped because I swear to God, I get to eat more now than I did before. And I feel overall every day, I actually just feel better. It's weird, man. It just goes to show you, and I'm not going to be a psycho about it. It's not like you can't have a beer, or you can't drink coffee. I'm not doing that kind of junk. I'm doing this based upon how I want to do it. It's like a modified kind of thing. And so far, I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking the results. You lost 20 somehow? Oh, well, hopefully you needed to lose the 20 and it just didn't fly off and you're like, ah, crap. I'm a twig. Don't forget the language, Robbie. Remember those words, man. I'll show it, but just remember to keep the words down. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's so far for me, it's actually working. It's not a fake thing. So I am going to go ahead and pop that pin out, clean it, and I'm going to do the typical thing that I do. Pop this down and go ahead and just put a couple drops of oil in there. Silicone 20 weight. Oops, didn't even make it in there, guy. What are you doing? I'm failing, that's what I'm doing. Wasn't supposed to work that way. That was a fail. Crap. Oh well. It's all meant. All right, let's see. Get that pin back in there. Line it up. Like I was saying, I was being like, I'm like my own guinea pig on that thing. And I did, like I said it before, I did buy a supplement. So far, I haven't needed it, but I'm fairly confident I will start using it for a specific reason too. I know I'm being vague, but you'll see. You got to watch the video. You'll get the truth here first. Sorry. I should stop that. It's getting old. I suppose I should just clean those in there. It's getting messy. It's getting messy. Oh, excuse me. And it's not the thing that I'm doing is not for everybody either, though. Not everybody would enjoy it. I love it though. $56, $57, $145. So RC Steve, you don't want to lose any weight though. You're like, I think that's like probably good, right? 5'7", 145, and 56. Yeah, you're mint. I think. 145? Maybe you're too light. Are you too light? Yeah, actually, you're too light. You need a couple pounds, man. Or maybe you don't. Don't mean to offend anybody. In case I am. What are you trying to say? I'm too thin? Trying to say I'm a stick? No, sir. No, no. Oh, hell no. So I'm just making sure that get as much of this junk out of here as I can. Again, this is when you should be wearing the gloves. Because like I did that whole thing. 6'2", 220, and you're trying to get down to around 20. Yeah, but dude, you're 6'2". 220 doesn't sound bad for 6'2". So this is definitely when you should be wearing the gloves, like I said. Want to be around for your kids' kids. And I do. This is minimal. Yeah, I'll turn the camera away so you don't see what I'm doing. Because here I am telling everybody, wear your gloves. I'm not doing it right now. Because I ain't got time for that. I ain't got no time for that. All right. 5'11", 220. 5'11", 220. You are a little bit less than I am. Buggies. Stop eating crap. Peter G. Ding, ding, ding. But dude, you know what? It goes slightly beyond that, what I'm doing, because you don't realize what crap is. And like I was saying, I was feeling an odd sluggishness and not like knowing why. And just a minor change. Well, I mean, maybe for me it was a major change. You know, I was still eating like I was young, man, and my body just was saying, ha, 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 you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw a couple 100 pounds at you, guy. You want to keep that crap up? Definitely no good. But like I was saying, I feel like my step is lighter. Like it's weird. Like not like I'm high, but like I'm high. It's weird. And like I said, what I get to eat, it just blows my mind. I can't understand it. All right. So I'm thinking we're good in here. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of clean these little tracks out a little bit. Q-tips are great. Just as long as you don't leave the Q-tip material behind. Even then, that probably isn't a bad thing. It's kind of like the trick years ago. If you had a manual transmission, if you had a standard transmission and you were trying to get rid of the car, you would throw sawdust in the transmission to quiet the gears down. Now, that was to get rid of the car. Although I did know a few people that just did it because they wanted a quiet transmission. It's an old trick. A bad one. All right, I think we're good. Looks clean enough in there now. I already did oil the shaft. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in there. Look at that. One shot wonder here. So that bearing already felt fine. I am going to just touch these screws right now, just to see. They feel tight, and I just lost the sun gear in my hand. Is the pin still? Yeah, there we go. Still good. All right. So this differential was definitely thicker, and you know what I should have done is made sure I actually had diff fluid. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna have to make my own diff fluid. Oh crap. So somebody said that it was 200 that was in here. I don't have 200. I do have 500 and I have 100. So I can cut the 500 with some 100. Whoops. Oh well. I'm going to cut the 5 with a little bit of cut the 5 with some 1. Yeah, why do they sell these little micro bottles of joke? I want big buckets of shock oils and diff fluids and all that stuff. None of this little joke crap that they sell. They sell this for like $50 now. It's a total joke. Stuff doesn't even come out. This was upside down too. About ready just to take my heat gun and heat that up. No, I'm not putting 500K in it. I don't have 200. I like the way this thing drives, but what I'm doing is I'm putting 500 in, and then I'm going to top it off with 100. And that should give me like 200. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have 200. I don't know what the fluids are, but all I've got is this one, which is like literally nothing left. Man, I almost want to put more in there. This stinks. Yeah, these are junk, man. I don't even know who made this. Is this Traxxas? It's probably Traxxas. It is. That says Revo on it. This is Traxxas. No wonder why. It's $50 probably for this bottle right here. What the heck? Ah, come on. I just want to squeeze a little bit more out, man. Yeah, it'll mix. Right, exactly. Oh, man, that's about it. I'm going to get like one more squeeze out of this, and then I'll just top it off with the 100, and it'll get me close enough. But I definitely got to get more fluids here because I'm out of stuff. Come on, just get out. All right, that's good enough. I'll put this upside down and see if I can get more out of it for something else. But go ahead and switch over to the 100. Got a little snuggle bubble. Come on, get in there. You know what? I guess I'm going to wait. Bottom side for too long. I got to make it wait. I can stuff the gears in there now. So the other thing too, again, this is just what I do. Again, wear gloves. It's the right way to do it. Wear your gloves. And which way is this thing going? It's going that way. Coat that. Wear gloves. Please wear gloves. Just do it. And that side right there. So, I believe I got the cross perfect. It looks good. God, buy stock and paper towels, man. You work at an auto body shop, we use silicone to lube door rubbers, silicone. It's very thick. I'd say 1 million weight I used in your Senadiff on your Chronos. Yeah, I usually use the real heavyweights too, but not on this thing. This one, I do want this thing to stay planted as is. And this is going to end up being, I think, slightly thicker. It's only slightly, though. I'm just going to top it off right now. Just put a little blob in there like that. And that should do it. Nearsighted time travel. What's going on, guy? An extra shim really tightens those up. A shim where, though? Where are you saying? I think I might have something rotated wrong. Something doesn't look right. So I'm going to take my little probe thing here and make sure I rotated that first gear because it almost looks like it's not. I might not have. Oh, no, there we go. No, it just settled. I think. I know I said I was going to use Loctite. I don't think I'm going to. Probably got grease in those anyway. I think I'm just going to leave it. There was no gasket, was there? Oh, yeah, there was. I did clean that. I was going to say, it'd be weird, no gasket. All right. But I am going to use the other driver to drive these down, though. I'm happy with that right there. So, cap it over. Boom. Just like that. And nope. It's not just like that, guy, is it? Did I get it? Yes, I did. All right. So I'm just going to buzz these in by hand real quick. God, it stinks. I should file this real quick. I love this driver. File that end. I could get that flat back down to where it's got good grip. So I don't want to screw up these screws. Because I think it's the driver that let go. And not the head of the screw, I hope. We'll see. I'm going to touch this on my grinder real quick. So I'll be back. gear now. Just going to touch it up. Just a quick little dress. Stuff's falling everywhere. Believe that is going to have a nicer bite. Jeremy Stewart, guy, appreciate that. Ed Bar. Oh no, I don't want to ruin your last name. Ed Barutigen. Ed Barutigen. I think I'm close. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. What was that? A second, Ed? Oh, Robert. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Behind the planetary gears? Well, I mean, the slightly thicker fluid should be all right. I mean, this is definitely has more fluid in it now. But I get you to tighten those gears up. Yeah, look at that. Much better. Look at that. That thing is back to brand new almost. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty right there. Just a light little touch up. And hopefully we won't have any strip out. Boy, that went in nice. Once I check this, I have a feeling this is going to feel tighter anyway. But I get what you're saying. A little bit of a shim in there. Kind of keep things locked down a little bit. Do you get indexing at all, though, when you do that? And don't forget, this thing really doesn't have that many miles on it. This only has, like, what, 5 packs through it or something, maybe? 6? I think this thing is at 5 packs. This driver feels way better now. If you shim it all tight, the pins don't... Oh, the pins don't break it as easy. I hear you. Okay. Well, that's the first pin that I've ever broken. Too. So that's the weird part. That is the first pin that I've ever broken, and I have really mangled my Mojave. And when you figure that Mojave, what that thing has been through, that thing never suffered any kind of broken pin or anything like that. So, and I am going without Loctite on this. I'm just going to go for it. But that driver definitely feels a lot happier. Make sure it's buried all the way. Give it a squeak. Bury these bad boys. Squeak them. Give it a squeak means just to give it like a little touch, you know, like a little crank. Make sure that driver's buried. Put some inward force, like I'm going to push the thing through my hand, and then give it a squeak. That is mint. I like it. Not super tight, but I think slightly tighter. I think I honestly can feel it being slightly tighter, which is fine. The 6S power of this thing isn't going to probably make a difference on it anyway, but we're good, man. We're good. We're moving on up. Got the Jeffersons over here. Come on. All right. Any of you ever watched the Jeffersons? How about that one? That's a good question. Fireteam got COVID. Metal, definitely weaker metal now. Yeah. I don't know, man. You saw how the cups are actually... Whoa, why is there no focus? You saw how the cups are slightly different, I think. You saw that. So these little cup things here, they're slightly different. Bearings have rust on them. Already just coming here, the thing started rusting. Moving on up, you know it. Archie Bunker, right. What about oh, it just slipped my mind. What's that other show that was about that same time period? Crap. The Junkyard thing. Sanford and Son, yes. Sorry, I just blew people's ears out. Ryan, Sanford and Son, you know it, guy. This is it. I'm coming. This is it. This is the big one. I love that. That was such a riot. I forget what his wife's name was, but this is it. I'm coming. This is the big one. I'll see you in heaven. I don't think he ever said I'll see you in heaven, but whatever. All right. Let's see what we got here. Can I do this? Yes. Okay. And this one. Haha, success. Man, look at that. Earl did a good job with that mesh, man. That's Earl mesh right there. Look at that. He even got the little E-clippers on there too, or C-clip, whatever that is. C or E-clip, one of them. Nice. Oops. He died. I gotta tell you, this little thing right here, this is awesome. It's a coffee warmer. So I can bring my coffee down here and then totally forget about it, and it's still hot. It's at 167 degrees. They got it set to. You can set it for 143, 131. Just crank it up to 167, and it's nice and hot. I didn't change the pinion. No, I'm not. But I thought you didn't. You had to have touched this though. Because you Loctited the screws, or did you literally just take the screws out and that was it? I figured you checked mesh, and so this is not you. This is Arrma. This is some 7-year-old kid did that. Is that what you're saying? A 7-year-old kid did this. That's mint. A 7-year-old kid. Well, that 7-year-old kid did great. Earl mesh. It's a new measurement, yes. Moorhead mesh. It's the Moorhead mesh. No, I guess he didn't. I thought he did. No. Giving him credit where credit isn't due. All right. Now I get this piece going back on here. Like this. Fit right into the slot. Kind of dirty though. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying that all of these differentials have break-in fluid in them. That's what I'm going with from now on. All these diffs just have break-in fluid. You need to change the fluid out within 5 packs. How about that? Sounds doable, doesn't it? Change it out. I think I need to touch up this driver too. I'm going to go ahead and touch up this driver now because this one started to strip on that stupid, when I had to screw at an angle getting that. I'm going to give that a little dress up. See how it looks right now? Rolled over on the tip. When it comes back, it's going to look like brand new. Perfect. Oh, going down. Look at that. Brand new. That looks nice. Brand new. Craigslist brand new. Brand used, you know it. You hate falling down. Hate falling down. You know why. I think I know what you're talking about. I think. Could be wrong. I don't want to assume. Are you trying to say you're like a turtle on your shell? Is that what you mean? God, you're insulting. All right, why isn't that going in? Oh. Ah. I needed to pull it in. That's why. There we go. Get in there. Mint. Sludge. Yes, the Traxxas Sludge. Sludge is a perfect name. You know it, man. The Traxxas Sludge. I always rock myself to sleep trying to get back. Dude, you're awesome. Rob, man, you are stinking awesome. That dude, I can totally see it. That is awesome, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. That's why I was saying that call it a diet, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that I could never ever do like some kind of restrictive anything. So this is on my terms kind of thing. And like I said, once I even think about how I'm am right now. It's not because of the coffee, it's literally because of what I ate. Like it gives you just, you know what I mean? It might not work for everybody, but it works for me. And if it works for me, it'll work for you too. You're only going to hear the truth on this channel. I got to stop that because it's going to get old real fast. It's already too old. Anyways, you heard it here first. All right, whatever. So where are we here? Flop this over. Slide in the pin. And this thing is ready to rock. Just like, what's that group? I want to rock. I want to rock. So, how's this pin going? I want to rock. All right. Some people in here going, what the hell is that? That guy, you're right there? So I think I had this. No, I didn't have that there. I had this here. So that's where I had that stuffed in there. Nice and safe. Running the 6S pack. Or a 4S pack. More a 6S pack because this thing could take it. And the Fireteam is basically kind of semi-maintained. That literally was it. So what did it take me? 6 hours here? Am I got this thing going right? No, I don't. I messed it up again. Bam, bam. All right. That wasn't too bad. Yeah. Fireteam's all set. Front and rear diff, center diff. I was thinking I wasn't going to break into that center diff. I'm glad I did because maybe that's how this should be thought of. And I don't know why. I don't know why that rear differential had the grease that was in there or something, whatever. There's a grit. There was a grit in it. So maybe that's how we're supposed to be doing this. I don't know. I think that's how I'm going to treat it from now on. 5 packs into an RC, replace the diff fluid. I think maybe that's how I should do it. Sounds good. It kind of sounds like a maintenance thing. It's kind of like the new C8. The C8, you can't rev over a certain RPM until I think the clock turns 500 miles. So let's just say 1 pack, treat it like a vet, treat it like the C8. If the C8 is all computer controlled, and I guess that thing 500 miles, and then it opens up to more RPM. So yeah, I guess 5 packs. It sounds good. Looking at that fluid, it was broken in. The both, especially that center diff. That center diff was pretty black. That was not a very good color. So that's what you don't want to see. And that's where I think a lot of us me right here, I'll just say me. I know Earl kind of basically does the same thing. He doesn't maintain nothing. You see him cleaning and polishing his cars and all the other stuff. But as far as routine maintenance, there isn't any. When something breaks, that's when you do it. But maybe if you want to, and I know this sounds weird. So, you know, even though I paid for this RC, maybe I'll treat this one a little bit different because this came from California, came from, you know, Earl. Maybe I'll treat this differently as far as maintenance. Through the 5-packs through it, I'll do another 5-packs. I'll pop a diff. I'll see what the fluid looks like. I've got a good idea what it looked like from before. Now I know it's a clear fluid. Granted, I didn't clean out the case. So the front differential case, I didn't clean it out as well as I did the rear, but I also don't know if I noticed grit. The rear definitely had a weird grittiness, and I don't see how the stuff got in there. So yeah, maybe 5-packs, break in. All your RTRs, 5-packs, and just put whatever fluid you want to put in it. I've got 14.7K fluid in the front now. I've got 17.1 in the rear. Might be a little bit more. It's probably more. Center diff is, what's the center diff? The center diff is probably what? 275. So it could be more. I don't know. But I didn't have any 2, so I gave it a couple of good blobs of 500 and then used the 100 and topped it off. The center diff definitely, in my opinion right now, has more fluid in it than it did. And I think unless you're really looking to slow down the gears inside, don't overfill them. Like, yeah, these diffs, in my opinion, actually looked good for fluid inside, where a lot of times you crack those open and it definitely seems like there's less. These actually seem to be better than what I'm used to seeing on an RC car when you bust these diffs open. So maybe on this car, maybe there was just a little bit more attention to detail, except for the Loctite on the motor mounts. The rest of this thing, they've done little things to this particular truck that I really like. I actually like the changes. And I know it is expensive. It is expensive. That is a rough hit. But in reality, who are we to set price? You know what I mean? We all want stuff for less, right? I mean, come on. Why do we buy things when they're on sale? Because we want stuff for less. We always, I think it's like human nature is to, you feel screwed over if, like, that's why it took so long for me to buy Trash Bag, was because I kept on saying, watch, I'll buy it and they'll come out with another version as soon as I buy it. And I bought it and it's a total trash bag. So, yeah. And I do, like, if anybody asks me if I think, like, what's my opinion on the sludge? The only thing, the sludge, because that's what it is. It's attracts to sludge. What do I think about that? I like the way it looks. That's it. I like what I think I'm seeing. That's it. That's it. There's no anything beyond that. I don't care who's got it in their hands. Everybody drives different. Everybody treats the RCs different. You know what I mean? You got, some crazy people out there that wash their RCs after they use them. Boy, those people are crazy. But no, there's definitely a good point to keeping your stuff clean. I just don't do it. I kind of semi-agree with it, but I just don't. I ain't got the time for that. I know that literally I'm just going to take it out tomorrow. So why clean it? I think what Earl does is very good because he keeps his things in tip-top looking shape, which is great. And granted, I'm not seeing the RCs, with my own eyes, but on camera, everything looks like it's brand new, and that's great. And that also helps with being able to see damage. You're not hiding things, or you're hiding things less. I just don't have that care. I mean, look at Earl's BMWs that he's got. I mean, they're mint, and they're older cars, but they don't look it. They look sharp. Look at my truck. Big Black. That thing is just hanging on. It's like got a erratic pulse, but that truck starts every day. I go out there, I can leave that thing alone for a couple of weeks, just get out there, take the key, throw it in the ignition, fire up the glow plugs, and within a couple of turnovers, now that it's got new batteries, within a couple of cranks, that thing just fires right up, and it sounds angry. It's mad at me, and it's ready to rip. And I will do burnouts until that thing is dead. That thing loves doing burnouts. It's not good for it. It's not good for the drivetrain, but you gotta do it. You just have to. If you don't, you're dead. If you don't do a burnout in something, you've got no pulse. You're dead. You got no life. Like, just do a burnout in something. Take an RC and hold on to the rear bumper and just roll on throttle and just bury it. Just do a burnout with something. It's a different. Come on, look at the smile on my face right now. It's a different way of being, man. It puts a smile on your face. The smell of that rubber, just the sound, all of it. All right. 10:30. I think that's good enough. Shop Talk and Wrench. I don't see any reason to keep going. I'm going to close up shop maybe, I guess. Unless I get nothing to do. This is it. This Fireteam is ready to rip. But, yeah. Still, what's going on? It's a $700 right? I know, of course it is. It's a $700 RC. Yeah. But there are little things about it that make it not. How much, Alexa, how much is the Arrma V5 Kraton?
I don't know that.
Alexa, how much is the Kraton V5?
One moment. Showing results for Kraton V5. The first one is pilot ball pins. It's $11.84.
Wow, what a great price.
Here's some music by Ray Price.
No!
Amazon Music.
Alexa, no. No. Alexa, no. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. The hell was that? Alexa, how much is an Arrma Kraton?
One moment.
It's probably going to do the
price
150.
for Arrma Kraton that I found ranges roughly from $595 up to $970. The first one is Arrma Kraton 8S. It's based on your order history. It's $969.99.
Quiet, you!
Did that answer help?
Be quiet. All right. So, based on your order history, oh crap, that's bad. We don't want it doing that. Come on. All right. Let's see. There's a couple of cars on there. So it looks like the Kraton V5 is $600. So $599.99 is what the V5 is. The what's the other car that's... Oh, the other car is the same price. So you've got... How much is the Mojave? Is the Mojave $599 too? Alexa, how much is the Arrma Mojave?
1 moment.
Speed
The price
cycle,
for
what's going on, guy?
Mojave that I found ranges roughly from $200 up to $670. The first one is by Rito Mojave Ghost, 1.6 ounce. It's $202.
What the hell is that? All right, stop. I don't need you playing more music again. All right. So, wow. The Arrma Mojave is $670. People aren't going to like me saying this, but I kind of don't care. We all want to say and believe that this is overpriced. I'm not a paid sponsor. I'm not in Arrma's pocket. I only tell the truth. But having this truck in hand, realizing that the front and rear shock towers are basically, I believe, the only unique thing besides the body and the bumpers, you know, because everything interlocks. A lot of, and I'm not trying to like, just take it for what it's worth. A lot went into, I feel, the cage interlock type of deal. The design of the shock towers, probably not that much was really massively involved with that because everything's, you know, computer aided now, which I'm sure the body was also, you know, a computer aided deal, which made things easier. So probably less time, but it technically is a new RC, but not. It like, you all know it like, it's on that edge of not, but it is. The way the body interacts with the rest of the truck, definitely it tightens everything down. It, I believe, is helping. Do you know what I mean? Like, overall, it's helping the strength. It's helping. Ah, man. It's a tough pill to swallow. How much does this thing go for? Alexa, how much is the Arrma Fireteam? $749.
1 moment. Showing results for Arrma Fireteam. The first one is Arrma RC Truck 17 Fireteam 6S4WD BLX Speed Assault Vehicle RTR. It's $749.99.
So $750. So away.
I'm not sure.
Alexa, stop. So you go from $670 because that was obviously the Mojave. The Mojave is like, you know, that it's the closest thing to this with Kraton arms and the whole. Alexa, be quiet. Stop listening to me. That's probably a bad thing to say.
There's a microphone off button on Echo Smart speakers, which electronically disconnects the microphones.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, just go to sleep. Oh, you know, I never tried that. Alexa, go to sleep. Alexa, go to sleep. Didn't do anything. I was thinking it was going to snore. Man, Because when you look at the Kraton, where's my V5? Oh, my V5 is broken. I don't know, man. I think initially when I saw it, the thing that threw me off, honestly, the part that threw me off was how the RC was rolled out. And then obviously, you know, with what, you know, Earl did, which was very good because number one, he never said the thing is a piece of crap. He was frustrated that he was actually enjoying it. So he went from kind of being a little on the negative side, was enjoying the car or the truck or whatever the heck you want to call this thing. And then when he flipped it up just to check the chassis to see how the chassis was looking and he saw the screw hanging out, you heard his tone change. He never once said, oh, this thing's a piece of SHI. Arrma's a piece of SHI. He never said any of that. He just literally was like, this sucks. Once again, quality stinking control. I just dropped over $800 for an RC that's fallen apart on me, causing me more money. It probably could have been like warranty stuff, like if he had major issues. It's just, why should you have to? But I think him calling out, you know, some of those YouTubers was a good thing because now what are you seeing? You're seeing now the truth. Somewhat. I think it's funny. And I like that. So I think he did a great job. And I think that these people that are, you know, these other YouTubers, they know it was Earl. So for them technically to not give Earl the credit for, guess what, keeping them in check. I mean, I'm not saying that they were all lying, but they definitely weren't being forthright, right? Completely. Not all of them. Some of them maybe. I don't know. Whatever. But I don't know. If those people got bent out of shape, they got bent back into shape and things are kind of like better now. But getting back on this Fireteam, do I think it's worth $750? Man, it's a lot of coin. It really is. And I mean, I'm looking at it with, you know, the other tires on there. But I'm also realizing what it is. It's got a bunch of things added to it. They had to redesign a couple of things to make it happen. If you were to break it all down, it's still a Arrma tough basher. And it's even, in a sense, I feel it's like compactness. It's chassis to, and I'm not talking about the arms, it's chassis to body interaction is definitely extremely rigid to where, yeah, if you send it off of the Empire State Building, yeah, you're gonna bend it. But in general bashing, man, when my Kraton V5, just from landings, my shock towers were getting bent just from landings. Had nothing to do with slamming into trees or anything like that. My shock towers were bending before I was sending it. And that's bad. And I think having the body like interact with the shock towers, I think is making it a little bit better, because where you see that those shock towers are bent on my Kraton V5, and that's V5 and they still don't have it right. Oh man, I don't know, man. It's a lot of money, but I kind of see it. I actually see it. When you get one and drive it, you realize like what it is. Did they kind of make it a little stupid with the Army guys? Yeah, I don't know. What else were they going to do? Because people would complain, you know, well, why didn't you throw guys in it? I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't have done Army guys. Maybe it just should have been a couple of dudes. Maybe instead of having guns, they should have had like cans of beer in their hands or something. I don't know. Maybe there should have been like a cooler mounted in the back or something. I don't know. I can kind of see it. Will I ever use that handbrake? I'm not that handbrake kind of guy. You're afraid to go outside? It's a Mojave with a knee. Yeah, but Wally's World, is it really though? I know you're saying that, but is it? It's not. Yes, with the body. Okay, fine. But take the body out of it. Take the Mojave body and look at the differences. The way the body interacts with this chassis is just locked down. You know what I mean? Does the Mojave have sway bars? Yeah, I think it does. I'm looking at it right now. Does the Mojave have sway bars? Crap, I can't see. Yeah, it does, I believe. Or is that just a spring? I think the Mojave does have sway bars. I don't know. Mine was all torn apart. I don't remember. What radio did this thing come with? Does this thing come with the crappy radio? Yeah, this came with the crap radio too, didn't it? Yeah, this came with the crap radio. That's kind of a negative for me. I don't like that radio. I mean, it works, but again, being human, you always want to pay less and you always want to get more. It's built. And yeah, it's a Mojave chassis. Yeah. I don't know, man. Seeing that the Mojave is $670, right? And this is $749, so $750. We're only talking a few bucks between the two of them, right? So, I mean, what price would everybody have expected this to be? Like $729, $719? Probably would have felt better than $750. So let's say like maybe this thing should have come out at $719. They're getting greedy, I guess. I could definitely see it. I could definitely see it for that. The $750 is a steep price, but I hate to say it, I get it. The reason why I get it is because when I used to work for a dealership years ago, I was buying all my Camaro parts back then. I was buying all my Camaro parts. I was getting them at cost. So every paycheck, well, not every paycheck, but a good amount of paychecks that I would get would go towards getting parts for my Camaro. Or should I say Camaros? And I remembered when I was questioning about a new console, because the console that I had was cracked. It has a lower half and upper half. It all comes in different pieces, right? And I remembered I asked the guy, I said, man, why is that thing so expensive? It's just a damn piece of plastic. And he was a good, like, friend. Like, you know, he was older kind of thing. But he looked at me right in the face and he just said, you make it. You make it. So most of us don't have the ability to be able to make what Arrma gave us. So to be quite honest with you, that's where we, the people, are stuck. Because while we can make a mongrel RC that's a combination of an Arrma and a Kraton, an Italian and a whatever we want to make, it's still not, in a sense, a finished product like maybe something like this, to where they've got all the computers and all the everything. Like they probably, who knows, maybe they just hit a button and just said, make me a new RC. I don't know. Maybe this was computer made. I don't even know. Obviously computers were involved to do all this stuff. But when that guy told me that, you make it, it made sense. And I hate to tell you, though, I did think to myself, well, how could I make that? And then I realized, you know what? I don't have the time for that. You get a warranty. Arrma's warranty is what, 2 years? Like, should I say Horizon's warranty? I don't know, man. You got to pay for everything that you get. I mean, here we are talking about, if you want to go get a gallon of milk, you're paying $5 for a gallon of milk right now. What are you going to do? You're going to go milk your own damn cow and get your milk? You're going to go slaughter that cow and get yourself some hamburger? Like, I mean, there's certain things that are out of our control, and we kind of just, I guess, have to be happy, I guess. Would I like to have seen this thing come out at maybe 219, something like that? 289, 689, I don't know. 699, yeah, 699. How about that? Maybe it should have been literally just $700. Yeah, I like that price better. So yeah, $700. This should have been $699.99. How about that? Do you guys like agree with that price? Just out of curiosity. Fireteam extinguisher. What would you do if this was $699? Would you get it, or do you think it's still overpriced? Hopefully, what's Earl saying? Market will set the price straight, right? Nobody's listening to me anyway. I'm just blabbing. Right. Well, yes. You'll change the price, maybe not necessarily with Horizon, but you'll change the price with the hobby shops that maybe have. So even at $699, it's a nope for you. So what would you pay? So seeing that the Mojave is $670, so you wouldn't have bucked up 300, 30 extra bucks to get something that's more finished and rigid? Or is this like an RC that you wouldn't buy anyway? Because they're going to tell you, now that I have it, I do enjoy it. Right, not just style with that body, right? Yeah. So, Joe, so you're saying not the style with that body. If you took out the body panels and got rid of the, do you mean like you don't like the side-by-side razor kind of look? Because I'll tell you right now, what I don't like about just the Lexan bodies is the fact that they just self-destruct really bad. My Outcast body is mangled from just a couple of bad landings. The whole front nose of it, the pads that was supposed to protect ended up punching through the body. So it's like, and that was soon after owning this. Now, With the way this thing is configured, could some of the body panels get ripped off? Yes. But the cage structure is still there. So it's still retaining its structure. And I'm not trying to fight for this, but I think unless you've got it, you can't appreciate maybe what went into it. Again, I'm not whatever. Yes, Mojave is awesome. Hands down, if the Fireteam isn't something that you want, the Mojave is definitely an RC. Just like A-Main said. A-Main did a great video on it. The Mojave is definitely something that has got to be a car that you get, because it just... My first video with the Mojave says it all. I think every 5 seconds I was like, oh my God. Like, I could not believe how amazing the thing handled. But then again, it also gets high-centered. It belongs with the sludge. Let's see. Laser nut looks better. I hate the laser nut, man. My actual stupid Losi laser nut, I don't like it. Oops. Competition's with hobby. Looks like a side-by-side. Yeah, it does. It does look like a side-by-side. I still say these RC companies were better before Horizon got... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Ed, it really is. Robert, you retracted your message. Yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, there's a couple of things on it that for me just don't make sense. I get what they're doing, but maybe if you could strip a couple things down, like, you know, not having the e-brake, whatever. I don't know. But to be quite honest with you, I do see it. I do see why they charged what they did. That's what I'm going to say. I do see it. I do understand. I'm not oblivious to the fact that it took time. It took whatever to just redesign, you know, a cage interlocking bumper to shock tower to center brace to whatever. Even the sides like connect. It just is, it's a real rigid now. It's a real rigid platform. Yeah. I guess that's it. Ain't got nothing else to say. That's my fight for it. I think I was, like I said, I was more against it on how it got rolled out, and it just did not appeal to me in any way. Just the way it was rolled out. But having it here, I can see its strength. I can see its stuff. I can see what it has to offer. With the tires that I threw on it, these Kaijus, it will allow me to bump up the gear ratio a little bit, because while these tires are gripping better, they're smaller. So I can gear it up a little bit. There's plenty of room. I guess that's it. Yeah. I get it. I do get it. It's a shame that it's that expensive, but it's a shame that gas is expensive. It's a shame that a gallon of milk is expensive. It's a shame that, you know, you go to the store to buy hamburger, or you go buy steak or anything now. You know, we always want what we want at a cheaper price. Think about it. Like right now, the DB Pro. How much is the DB Pro? I hands down, recommended that vehicle to everybody for the 429. That's a 110 scale, open wheel, $429 RC. It's great. It's absolutely great. I love it. But now that the RC is it's not $499, it's $500. I don't recommend it because I don't see, for me, again, maybe Fireteam, I don't see that car being $500. I just don't. Especially the fact that it's now version 2, which I feel is kind of semi-worse, maybe. I don't know. And I love the DB Pro, but I can't recommend it because of its price. And maybe that's why some people couldn't recommend this in a sense, because of its price. It's hella expensive. Somebody did ask me that. Would I recommend the DB Pro now that it's $500? And I just answered, no. Because even at $429, it hurt. Well, $430. That hurt. All right, I'm out of here. I think anything above $6 is overpriced, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. Since when does the price of anything go down? Like, for real. I'm not talking about the fluctuation of prices just based upon the market and whatever's going on with the world. Right now, the nitro fuel that I used to buy and use 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, could have even been a year. When did I buy that? Oh, I can't look it up. I bought that fuel either 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago, or 2 years ago. I paid $42 for a gallon of that nitro fuel. I looked up the nitro fuel just the other day. It is now $73. What? But if I want that fuel, if I want to run my RC, guess what? It's either I buy the fuel and drive the RC and kind of wince a little bit, or I don't drive it at all. They've got you by the throat, man. Or you try to find a different fuel that's substandard. Like I've got the substandard Bones Brew. Bones Brew. I keep messing up that name, the Bones Brew. It's a good fuel, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a fuel mixer, but the other fuel that I had, there was no issue. But it's now almost twice the price. What the hell? I ain't got a choice. If I want to run the RCs, I'm going to have to cough up the money. Things are going out of control. And the only way to change that is, like, I guess, kind of like what Earl was saying. But I'm still not going to be blind to the fact of when I look at this car and I see what they did, there's no way you can't look at it and say, I kind of get it. I understand. I'm not happy with it. I don't like it, but I get it. I get why you did it. And it's either going to work for you or it's not. So, all right. I think that's enough of this waste of time here. So, cracked open the diffs of the Fireteam. It's got 5 packs through it. I mean, come on. It's got 5 packs through it, of course. Come on, man. It's got 5 packs through it. The diffs, upon inspection, needed to be changed. I did break a pin in the rear differential. The front differential was actually indexing. Once I changed up the fluid and got the contaminants out of there, the indexing disappeared. Also, one of the bearings was kind of like a little weird. It was getting stuck. Again, just contamination, whatever was going on. I don't know if that was quality control. I don't want to say that something got in there, but maybe something did. Who knows? I really haven't beaten this thing, so I do have to check the check that. Where am I? 5 packs through. Differential fluid. Change it like it's a break-in fluid. I use my Permatex stuff. I did a combination. I did a slight bump up in fluid, but that was because I didn't have the right fluid to actually do this, and I just did it, and I know it's going to work. It's going to basically react the same exact way that it did. I don't feel I'm going to notice any real change. Everything is very slightly thicker now. So, yeah. Either way, the RC hobby is something fun. Try not to make it into something that is too much of a complaint. And I'm guilty of that myself too, man. You know, you get into that mood where just, you know, this shouldn't be breaking. That pin shouldn't have broken into 3 pieces, but it did. Something obviously was faulty with the pin, because it's the first stinking pin that I've broken, and I have mangled other RCs, and this is the first differential pin that I've ever broken. And would I pay $500 for a DB Pro? No. Sorry. That's why I posted the Lucas Oil DB Pro for $429, because that's the original price. Is it a tough pill to swallow? Yeah, it was. When I first got that car, whoo, I was like, what? That much for that little thing? But it drives like a dream. This thing drives different. Definitely different. All right, I'm out of here. It's 11 o'clock. Ed, thank you, man. RC Steve, Wally's World, Joe Girding. Guy has a Fireteam. You have no team. Dude, you're funny, man. That's why I like I was saying, the people that come here, you guys are all awesome, man. Chad, Bierman. I got the Vortex when it came out for $379. Chad, what's your thought about the Vortex, man? Because I gotta tell you, I do not like mine. That is one car that I just want to kick to the curb so bad. Could be worse, right? Yep. Barry King, absolutely. Yep. RC Steve, see you later, man. Yep. Typhon for $309. Yep. Thompson RC, what's going on, man? All right. Yeah, what are they trying to kill Nitro? Yeah. Well, you know what? They're trying to get their slice of the pie too, I guess. Robbie's RC, good night to you as well, man. There you go, Wally's World. You're funny. Yeah. All right, man. You think the Big Rock is better? Big Rock is king. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming to, what do I call this? Shop Talk and Wrench Live, Arrma Fireteam. It's all back together, and it's ready to rip another 5 packs. I'm going to do another 5 packs, and because the diffs are so easy to get to, I'm going to pop the covers, and after 5 more packs, I want to see what, and I'm not going after the center diff. I want to see what the front and rear differential look like. Let's see if we break another pin. I really think the pin was faulty. It must have been just a faulty pin. First pin I ever broke. So I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming, man. It's funny when because obviously we're all interacting here, and I sometimes forget that it's fun. Like, you know what I mean? Hanging out and whatever. I wish it was different. I wish it was more of a, an actual hangout, not, you looking at me on a stupid cell phone or something. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to figure out something someday. So anyway, see you guys later. I am out. I don't know if I'll have anything for tomorrow. I probably won't. Yeah. Next time, I think Next time you see me, I think it's going to be with maybe the Fireteam, so you might not want to watch it. I'm going to take it to the beach. So I'm out of here.